Hello members and welcome back to the farm. Now there's a few things that have changed. Now I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly what we did in the last one, but I just want to go over a few little bits with you. So a few bits have changed. Also there's a few audio changes as well. So I'm hoping that this is going to sound okay. Now you might not notice a difference. It does depend on what platform you're listening on. I do try and test on everything. So where I'm recording is basically a radio studio. I've got my own custom built radio studio, which is where my gaming setup is as well. So I've got really expensive like headphones and it sounds fine in my headphones, but then when I listen on phone, it didn't quite sound as good. And then when I put it on TV again, it sounds different again. Now I know it will do across all the different devices, but I'm just trying to get it to sound a bit more natural. Now the setup I've got in front of me has got so much processing you can do for your microphones and everything. And I'm just trying to dial it in a little bit. Now, one thing that has changed, which I've never done before, is the game sound used to come through like, on its own. Now, you might not be interested in all those kind of behind-the-scenes things. Some of you might do. I just thought, well, I'll give you a bit of an insight anyway. So everything used to sort of be whatever the game sounds were put out is what we got. Well, I've now decided to give myself full control. So sometimes when I jump in a tractor and it starts up, I've said to you before, oh wow, that's loud, or when we got close to a factory, because in my headphones it is loud, but for you it won't be because it was controlled in editing. Well, now it's raw, so if I wanted to, we can just completely kill any game sounds completely. You see, I've got full control of game sounds, which it feels weird, but also quite good as well to have full control. So that's a little bit just behind the scenes. I'm hoping it sounds okay. So you can let me know if you want in the comments. Be brutally honest, I won't be offended because I'm doing all this for you guys. So it's a bit more of a comfortable listen for you. Now I've done a few bits of testing. Everything sounds fine to me when I've listened back to the recordings. So fingers crossed we should be good. Anyway, let's get into it today. So a few things on the farm have changed a little bit. And I'll be honest, like I said, I can't remember what I actually showed you before, like what we did before and where things were before and exactly what has changed, because I just get carried away and start tinkering with a few bits myself. Now, I've moved a few bits of equipment around, that's no big deal. I've put these in here now because this shed I've just left empty. It was getting a bit tight to sort of get things in there because of the house, so I left that empty for now. So that's really what I've done mainly with that one, is just move these here, and then everything what was in that shed has now gone across into here. Because we've established this doesn't do anything. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like stones you put in and to start filling up as piles in here, but no. There's no barriers or nothing, it lets me put all the equipment in there, so well, I've done just that. Fits in there perfect, plenty of room. Speaking of room, I've moved these from here because as we found out when we had the planter attached, you got to drive in towards them. And it was a little bit tricky because obviously you got a wall. So I thought, well, that's a perfect bit of space over there because, well, you can almost do a bit of a drive-by and nothing's going to get in your way. So yeah, I've just moved them around a little bit. These things here, unfortunately, they're part of the map. Now I can move that over there out my way, but then when I load back into the game, it will come back to its same spot. Same with that thing. It's like that. It fell over. I can't do nothing with it. So I can move them, but they'll just end up back exactly where they're meant to be. So that's the only one little thing with that. Can't do nothing with that. It's not a massive issue, is it really? Got myself a food mixer for cows. Not that we've got cows yet. I am thinking a bit far ahead on that one, but I do like that. This is the Keenan Mech Fiber. Now this is one I've slightly modified. So speaking of modifying, these bales have been modified slightly as well. So I didn't realize that the baler I've got, even though it's a quick baler and it will do bigger bales, if you set it onto the smaller bale size, it gives you the same size bales as in game. So the straw was 11,000, the silage was 10,000, and the hay was 9,000. Now I didn't know that, I thought they were all 11. But it turns out they only stay the same size when you go the next bale size up. The 150 bale size, all the bales then are 25,000. So each bale here is 25,000 litres. Each hay bale will be 25,000 litres, and the same for silage and grass, all 25,000 litres. So I had to reconvert my bales by simply, well, making more bales for the same quantity. So this, even though we've got less bales, it's the same quantity. I think it's 375. We were like 374,891. So we've gained just a small bit, but this makes it easier for when you're doing the cow food. Because, well, you just sort of, all the bales will balance out. You'll be able to go, oh, I'll put a couple of these in, a couple of them in. You'll be able to kind of work out. You get where I'm going with that? So it just makes it a little bit easier. Now, a few other things that have changed. I decided to go on here, and because you guys give me the thumbs up for leasing, because that does happen in real life, I decided to go and just sort of lease a few more fields to give us some more stuff to play with. So as you can see, we have got a few more. So we've got the other field 30 here, just opposite the farm. This is the farm here in the middle. We've got field 30. We had 31 and 43. We sold 40 to gain 31. That's our grass field up there, which we've always had. And then this one over here, this was the new grass field, which again, we have now sorted out. So that's ready to go. That is ours. But I've just added a couple more on here, as you can see. Now, did we get the cornfield in the last one? I'm not sure if we did or not. But 45 and 46 are new to the fleet. So if we head over here then to field 46, this is the new field. Now, this did have sorghum in it. Now, what I planned to do was fast forward through time, sleep through until October. And then we were going to go through and do a few bits in October like we are now. But I made a bit of a mistake. I didn't realise that this actually withered, or would wither, in October. It had to be done in the last month. That was the final stage to be able to actually harvest it. Well, the reason why I've done it off camera is because I started to fast forward time through, and I got till about 8 o'clock at night where it started going dark and thought, oh, hang on a minute, better just check on my fields because this has got sorghum in. And when I checked, it's like, oh, if I'd gone past midnight, it would have withered. So I had to do it in the dark. It doesn't look good to do these videos in the dark. You can't see much. So yeah, I went through that and baled it. And that's why it's looking like this now. So we need to come and sort this out. I think it's got some weeds growing in it. And it needs lime as well. So I think we need to hit it with some lime. We'll go over and cultivate it as well. That will also kill the weeds for now. And then it'll be ready to go. We're in October, so winter time. We can't really put much in there. So we're going to save that through and see if we can get some good crops in it next year. In about March, I think, we should be able to start putting pretty much anything in the ground around March time. Now, while I was over here, I did notice, can you see right in front there? Let me just go and fast forward across over here. Look, there's two factories over here. And they're not showing on the map, but they're then two plot of land. Like you've got, you know, I said on the last episode, we've got a few plots that have got, like, you can buy them, but they're not showing anything. Well, these are two of them. Look, cereal factory. And I don't... What's that? Is that an oil mill? Oh, it looks to be an oil mill. Oh, canola. It's a canola mill. So, yes, I think it's oil. But I think it only does canola oil. Does it give me any... Where's the output? Huh. We've got an output? We've got a shed there. Where's the output? We've got an input there. Ah, hang on. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, it does canola oil. So you put canola in, and we'll get canola oil out. That's pretty cool, okay. So it's just one factory purely for that one oil. So if we need a lot of canola oil, which at the minute, I don't know if we do. Like I said, we just need to try and, like, gain a few things. I'm not sure, like, what factories we're going to need yet. There's so many factories on here, and there's so many new factories that do new things, like that one, canola oil. So yeah, there's a lot of things on here. We've got, is that another factory over there? Looks to be, although this has got a few markers on here. We've got some bales there. Oh, is this? Oh, it's a sell point, I think. Yeah, it looks like this is a sell point. Okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's a few things that, like I said, have changed. Also, let's just go and have a look at the... I think it's over this way. Let's just go run across the field here. Now, is this the... I think this is the cow pasture. This is the cow one. Oh, this is the sheep one. Oh, so this is... Yeah, this is the one. So in the comments then, Warren was letting me know that this one, next to field 43, which this is my 43 field here. This one here is the one that has the milk. So this is the one we need to purchase first, because I think it'd be quite cool to have the milk. Something different. Wool, we've sort of always done wool. But to have milk, yeah, that'd be quite cool. So I'm not sure where it stores it though, because you can see there's no like silo to hold the milk. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. So we're going to have a look on here. See, this is the one where we are now. This section here, this one. So it's 86,000 to buy it outright. But as you can see, look, it's got a plot number. So 124. So we can go on here. And if we look at the farmlands, which is the number right on the left, we can go all the way down. And we can actually lease the sheep pasture. So 124 is there. For 1,129, we can actually go and lease the sheep kind of like little pasture thing. But I'm just, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Leasing a field, fine. But leasing like a pasture like this, I'm not really sure about that. I really do think, you know, we need to purchase these. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to it until I can afford to purchase them and not lease them. We'll lease fields and lease equipment. That's fine. But leasing animal enclosures? No. I don't think that's right, to be honest. So if we're going to have a quick look on our fields then. So our grass field up there, that's basically ready to go now. It's clear of stones. It's fully fertilized. This one here, well, that one's, let's start with this one. That one's fully fertilized, as you can see, but it's got stones in, but I can't get the stones up because the crop is growing in that one. So we're just going to have to leave that till the crops are out. Then we'll sort the stones out. This field here is all ready to go. This one's, it's okay, but as you can see, it's got some weeds in it. So I think what we can do is go and hit that with some herbicide. This one over here needs lime and it's got stones in. Again, we can't really do much with the lime and stones while it's got crops in because it's got the corn in, which you can see is pretty much straight ahead of us there. If you look just past the silo, that's the field there. We can't really do much with that. This one here has got nothing in at the minute and it's going to stay that way until we need to put anything in it. This one here is the one I said to you. This is our sorghum field. That's got, well, it's got the excess, like the stalks in it. But it also needs lime and there's no stones in that one. So yeah, we need to sort the lime out on that. So hit it with lime first, then come back and cultivate it. So I think what we'll do then, we'll just go through now, after I've done all this rabbling on. This, we'll go get some herbicide in here. And then I think we'll just go and tackle the field just next to us because it's the only one that's got weeds at the minute. It won't take long because this is quite a span on here. So we need to find out where's herbicide. I believe it's... Is it this side? No, herbicide's that side. So let's just see if we can go over here. And can we fill up? Yeah, there's one. And the other? There's the other. What's that cost us there? About 4 grand. We're going to go straight through the silo. Let's go around over here. We'll sort this one out with weeds. I've forgotten what kind of span this is. Is it in its 40s? It's quite a hefty size, this thing is. Now, we'll zoom out because we need it. We're going to go upwards here just so we can actually see what's going on. Now, I think what we'll do is we'll just go and see if we can try and get a bit closer to the edge. Now, I think I might set this because... Oh, it's actually identified it already. Let's just go into here. Right, let's just go and unlock some speed there a little bit so we can try and get this job done. Now, we're going to have to be a little bit careful at the end here because we're going to struggle to turn around. So what we need to do is we go right to the edge, turn that off. And then if we go and move the marker that way... And then we need to reverse. So reversing should help on this. It should. We should be able to just miss the trees a little bit. If not, we can go forward a bit, back in the field to get it level. There we go. And then back up to the edge. Perfect. Okay, right. Let's start spraying again. It's just a way around it. You have to try and work it what's best. There's no way we're going to be able to turn this around like normal because the trees, as you can see, are just in our way. So we didn't really need to spray this with herbicide, but it doesn't use a massive amount, which is good. I might have done that one a bit early there. I might have needed to actually back up a little bit more, but we should be okay. Just start turning now. Just don't want to back up too much to the tree. Get a bit close to it, and that's it, and then go forward. There you go. It works out quite well. Just trying to keep it on the field. If you are a little bit close, just make sure you back up first on the straight line before you go move it across left or right. I'll try and show you on this one here. There we go. Stop there. So instead of like changing it now to the left or right direction, depending on which way you want to go, just back it up a little bit in a straight line because you're still locked onto the straight line path. You can back it up a little bit here, then from here decide to go across to the right, just so it keeps you away from the trees a bit more. Good little tip. So yeah, you just need to work this out, whatever best is going to be best for you. Now you can see here we're catching on the side, and there's a good chance it is permanently going to catch on the side, so we might have to actually go and unlock this now, go back manually, because obviously it's going to keep the distance all the way across, but as you can see we're going to stick over the side. Now you can change the spray pattern so you're not spraying over what you've just done already, but I don't really mind. It's not hardly moving the herbicide, so it's fine with me. There we go. That's the weed killing done in this field. Let's have a quick look on the map. There we go. That's looking pretty good now. Weeds are all sorted there. You can see there's no green to show any more weeds, so that's pretty good. I think that is pretty much it for that one. We need to now drop this back off. We'll go get another tractor. We'll go get the sprayer to go and spray, or the spreader to go and spread some lime on this field. I think if we do lime first, and then we'll cultivate into the field, that'll make that field then ready to go. And then we just need to tackle this one and do some silage bales. And that's pretty much, I think, all we're going to be able to do in this episode. Let's go get set up now with the lime spreader. So this shouldn't take too long then. So the lime is filled up then. We're ready to go. We're just going down past the cow pasture. And the field's just here on the right. Sorry, on the left. The left and right. I was looking at the right. Bit of a big cliff, isn't it, on the side there? Look at that. Wow. This is the field here, so we'll go and zoom out. We should be able to see this pretty well. So we'll go do the spray in. We'll go and turn this on. Now you can see it will go on here, no problem at all. But I don't think it really matters what way you do this. But I just think if I do this now, we'll cultivate this in, and then I just think it would just make it better. Like we don't have to worry. Because then it will just be a nice, plain, ready-to-go field. If we went and cultivated first, then did this, yes, it would still work that way. But then you're left with like a white, dusty field. So for me, I just think it's always better if you can try and cultivate it in, or plough it in. Now, we don't really need to cultivate, because we have got a planter / seed it. There's a bit of both into that. We have got one of them we'll actually direct drill, so we could just direct drill straight in. But I've done this before, and I've never used a cultivator. I bought myself a cultivator, and I've never used it. So I just think it'd be quite nice to give the cultivator a bit of a go and have a bit of a nice clean field to start with. Now the only downside to doing the cultivating is it means we're going to be left with, like, obviously the cultivated lines, but also it's going to look pretty similar when you plant, so it makes it very tricky to see. So maybe we are best leaving it and direct drilling, so then I can clearly see, like I can do it myself, and we can clearly see where we've been. Maybe it is worth leaving then. It's only one downside with it is when you do cultivate is that the lines are so simple. Sorry, like simple, like plain lines, but then they're very close to what the planter does. So you don't really see much of a difference when you go round. It doesn't stand out enough. When you plough, this is the plough, yes, you get different types of lines. Yeah, maybe we'll do that then. We'll leave it and direct drill. Maybe I should just get rid of the cultivator. Maybe that will be better. Unless the cultivator I've got, maybe it is going to give it a slightly different texture. I don't know. You know what? We could always set it on coarse play as well for planting, just to give us a bit of help as well. Yeah, you know what, we'll go back, we'll get the cultivator, we'll give it a go. So I'm back with the cultivator, and as you can see, it's not the biggest in the world, but it is a nice one, and it's a good price as well, and it doesn't weigh a lot. Some of these cultivators are so heavy, they are deep cultivators, which will kick up stones. This one, I don't think it will. It's shallow, so I think it's going to be okay, but it still might kick up stones. We will find out. Now, set it on a coarse play worker so we can let the worker carry on with this one. It's on smooth, so let's just see how we get on. Yeah, so it is kicking up some stones. That's not the end of the world. Again, we've got a stone picker, so we can go get the stone picker and have a go with that one as well. I mean, we might as well. We've got stones on here, and there's obviously a stone warehouse where we're storing it. There's going to be some form of production for this. We just need to look into it more. So we'll collect some stones. We haven't got round to checking out productions yet. Maybe we need to go on a bit of a mission and have a look around at some of these spots and see if we can try and find some productions. Oh, we found a cereal one just there. Now, yeah, the worker's going to miss little bits on the corners, but again, not to worry, we can come back and sort them out. So I think we'll let the worker carry on with this one. And then we'll go and get the mower and the baler, and we'll go tackle that grass field and make some silage bales. So over our grass field then with the mower and the baler. Now, I'm going to test this out on a coarse play worker. I'm just intrigued to see, will a coarse play worker be able to do this with the baler as well? Now, I don't think the coarse play worker will turn on the baler and drop it down. Maybe it will. You know what, actually, let's just go around the side, give it a quick zoom in, and if we just quickly activate them and then sack them. Oh, it has, you know. Yeah, fair dues. It did. You see the baler start spinning up, the icons at the top went blue and it dropped down. So yeah, the worker did actually do it all. I really didn't think the worker was going to do that. So let's go back and hire them again. Yeah, the baler's going and it's dropped down. That's awesome. So the worker is literally doing everything. I thought the worker wasn't going to acknowledge that the baler's even on the back of it. It was just going to activate the mowers, and that was it. Now, I set it on smooth. I'm hoping it should have enough room. Oh, there's our first bale. Oh, yes. Oh, this is great. I must admit, I think this has got to be my new favourite setup now. That we can have the worker just going around doing this. It's mowing, it's baling, it's wrapping them, it's doing it all in one go. We don't need to come back and have to swath it. We don't have to like mow it and then have to like windrow it and then bale it. And you know, there's so many processes there. Here, it's just all in one. Now, is the worker going to get confused here? The good thing with this though is it can turn quite sharp, and the baler doesn't really matter with the baler. They don't get stuck on each other, which is quite good. It will cut bit to the edge because it's a mower. So it will just, so if it does go over a bit, it will cut that, but it doesn't really matter. It all helps. It's all going to make silage. Now, we are set on 25,000 litre bales. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is, I'm liking this. I really didn't think this was going to work. I don't know why, I just didn't think a coarse play worker. I wonder if a normal worker would. Would it acknowledge that the baler's there and actually go and drop it? I'm assuming so, because it's got the connectors on the back of the mower for a baler or something like that. It's got all the connectors on to actually be able to tow something, so it should acknowledge that it's got a tool on the back. It seems to be working so far. So yeah, we could really just let this one carry on. We've seen a bit of grass work before, so we're probably best going back and watching some of the cultivating going on. But as long as this guy's happy to go around once and he's not hit anything, because that's the only problem with the workers. You set course play, and if they get stuck on a corner, it could be sat here, and you come back and think, oh, I wonder if he's done that field. No, he's not even gone around once because he's got stuck. So we always like to just make sure they go around once. But I think what helps is actually setting the course play worker on smooth corners, not sharp. Set it on sharp, and I think we would have failed at this very corner here in front of us, because it would have been like, oh, there's something there, I can't go. So set it on smooth. Yes, they might miss little bits on the end. We can come back and tidy up, but I'd rather do some tidying up than a worker fail to actually get around this. So yeah, things are going good. We're going to put all these in storage because I would like to try and get animals as soon as we can physically afford them. The sorghum that I've got, it's worth about 170,000 in Jan, so we're going to sort of wait for Jan for that and we'll sell that. That should allow us to buy some like sheep enclosures, maybe even the cow one, I don't know, but I really do want to try and get all the animals if we can. I'm really tempted as well to even try horses again, because with the new mod about the horses, they actually go up in quite good value now, where before the value wasn't great. Yes, it stepped up a bit, but now it really does improve the value, so could be worth giving him a try. This guy doesn't seem to be doing too bad, does he? Seems to be doing alright, actually. Yeah, a little bits in the corners and stuff, but again, nothing major. We can tidy this up. Now, we definitely need to come back with a stone picker. These are actually showing on here, as if we're going to look on here, look, they're actually red stones, which is the severe stones. So you can see on here, they've got like lighter colours. But these ones up here, you see yellow. They're sort of like, you can see it's yellow, orange, red. But these are red. So these are some hefty stones that we need to sort out. So yeah, it's all going well. I think what we'll do, we'll let these guys crack on a little bit, and then we'll come back. We've done some stone picking up, so I might try and leave some of that off. We've done some bale collecting as well, really. So yeah, we might just sort of skip through a few of these little bits. Don't want to make this episode too long. I did rabble on for quite a bit at the start about some things that have changed and what's happening. So things are going on quite nicely. Now, I might have just gone and upgraded my stone picker a little bit. The only reason for this then is because, well, the other one works well. It's a little bit smaller, but also the only problem with that is it just doesn't have any, like the capacity. It's like 2,000 litres. When you've got a field this size, the stones do just mount up so quick, and you're forever running back and forth to your tipping point. So yeah, I just thought I'm going to upgrade it, you know, get the job done a bit quicker. If we're going to be doing a lot of more stones, and we need a bit of a bigger weapon. So yeah, I've just gone and bought this one. You can see that some of the stones have gone around the edge because I was sort of set a worker on it to go and try and get some of the edge stones up for me. And then I thought, you know what? Let's upgrade. I didn't want to get one of these. I was purposely trying to stay away from them. But they are on all platforms, so there's not a problem with them. Nothing like dodgy PC thing. But I just thought, yeah, you know what? We need something just a little bit bigger and a bit quicker. It was mainly the capacity that was bothering me. The size and the speed of that one wasn't really an issue. It was just sort of 2,000 litres. I'm forever running back and forth to tipping them off. But yeah, so we'll get this done. The worker on the grass field's finished then. The bales are all been baled. I don't know how many we've got yet. Where did them birds all come from? They just suddenly like spawned out of nowhere. Yeah, I've not actually gone and checked on the bales yet, but the work is finished, so I've gone and put the mower back at the field. Back at the farm. So yeah, I think we'll just sort of try and go through, see if we can get this done. Very tricky to know what's best to do. Can we actually set the markers on this one? Yeah, we can. Seems like it's got a good size on there, doesn't it, really? Maybe we should just start going down the middle here somewhere. Again, birds are just out of nowhere. Right, I think we'll get this done. And then we'll go and have a check and collect the bales up. It's not too bad then. 4,781 stones in here. Now, we have already gone and put some in here from the previous one before I sold it. We'll just go tip this in here. We're getting a nice collection in here now. Wait for them to go in. What have we got in here now? 14,203. That's not too bad. Now, I'm just going to find somewhere to park this. Now, it was in here with the baler. I've got a feeling that might actually stick out a little bit. Now, can we actually see from inside at all or not? Nope, not really at all. Okay, let's spin around, zoom in, and we'll do it this way then. I'm not sure if it's going to fit. I think it's going to stick out, if I'm truthfully honest. It is going to stick out, I think, quite a bit. Does it really matter? Well, it's not too bad, actually. You know what? No, well, we'll run with that. Isn't sticking out too bad. Right, so what do I need to get now? I need to go pick up the bale trailer. We need to go and collect the bales on that field. Let's grab that. And I do believe then that's probably everything. Let's have a quick look at the map and see. So we've got field 46 that's now empty, ready to go. Just teeny weeny couple of little spots there of lime needed, but that's not too bad. Field 45, that's all done, ready to go. 31's growing, it's just the weeds have been done. That's alright, that's okay. I see that one, yeah, it's got stones in, but it's fully fertilised. We can't do much with that one. This one here, it needs lime, but again, it's fully fertilised and it's got stones in. That one's been done. You can see it just needs another application of fertiliser. So yeah, not bad at all, actually. I think we've done pretty well off this field. 11 bales, that's 275,000 litres of silage off this field. And we've got plenty of room up here if we need to store anything. We've got technically like a second little farm. So we've got vehicle storage area up there if we need to. I think we're doing too bad at the minute. We're doing alright. Yeah, that's pretty good going, that is. 275,000 litres of silage. That's going to be ready for when we get cows. I really do want to try and get animals sort of sooner rather than later. I think we've got another grass field to do, which I don't think it's quite ready just yet, but it probably will be in the next month if it's actually going to grow. Because we're October, I'm not... This trailer keeps kicking its wheels up every so often. I'm not sure what's going on with it. It's having a bit of a moment, I think. Right, let's unload. Move them across that way. The bales are instant fermented because of a mod I've got, so we don't need to worry about that. We'll unload there. Drop them in and reset this trailer. Look at that. Beautiful. So we just need some hay and some grass. Because sheep are going to be the first things that we're going to get, we need grass. I think grass is better than hay. I know on some of the maps you can put grass or hay, but the grass sometimes is 100% efficient and hay is only 80%. So I'm going to go for grass on that kind of basis. But I'm just thinking, if I do, yeah, grass is going to be better, but we need to get some grass sort of like in stock. At the minute, we haven't really got anything. So, do we go in? Will that field let me go and hit it with fertilizer straight away for the grass field? Because then really, we are done. We can just go and sort of sleep. So, let me go give it a go, see if I can put some fertilizer on that. So it looks like it is letting me put it on, which is pretty good. I wasn't sure, because sometimes you can do it straight away. Other times, you know, some of the fields won't let you. It just depends, really. It's the same with like planting as well when you plant it. But at least it's let me do it now, so that's pretty good. Just got a teeny bit over here, which we can go and cover up. There we go. Beautiful. Tire marks all over the place. Yep, that's pretty good. Right, let's get this back to the farm. So that's everything done on the fields for now then. So let's go and see if we sleep through. Will our other grass field be ready next month? Let's see, shall we? So the grass field is not quite ready. As you can see, it shows it's ready to harvest, but it's only on like stage 1. It's not stage 2, which is where we really wanted it. So maybe next month, but I think that could be it for now. So we could potentially cut this and use this for like grass. There's not really much there. But one thing that is ready is this lovely field of corn. As you can see, this is ready to go. Oh yes. Now we could use it as normal corn, but I am very tempted to just get a forage harvester on this and chaff it. And then what I'm thinking of doing, if it'll work, it could be a good little test, it's good. We'll chaff it straight into a trailer. The trailer does hold quite a bit, so I'm hoping that we've got some sort of room in there. We could for now store it in the silo if need be, if we don't have enough space in the trailer to do the whole field, which I'm not sure. Maybe. It does potentially say like 91,000 litres, but that's as if you do it as corn. not if it's chaff. So I'm thinking we could turn it into silage, but because we don't have a pit, what might be a good idea is if we do it this way, and then I'm thinking of using this field, emptying the trailer out, tipping it on the ground and driving forward to make like a bit of a line, like a big swath. Then we'll come through with the baler. Fingers crossed that baler will pick up chaff, because it does say it should do. And we'll just turn it straight into bales. It will instant ferment. Job should be a good one. That's the plan, but that's going to be the plan for the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. I'll see you back here on my farm in the next episode for some chaffing.